Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, y'all. Come on in the room. Come on. Come on. Join this video. You are now watching Poppy's Conversation Corner right here, live. You're watching me. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful that you're tuning in right now. So do me a favor. Do me the biggest favor that I'm ever going to ask you. I'm going to ever ask you to do. I'm asking you to share, like this video. Share, and like this video. Thank y'all for tuning in to Poppy's Conversation Corner live today. We have a special guest. She's not a guest. She's my family. She's your family. She's Cincinnati Dayton family because she's up in Dayton now. But we're going to bring on our guest today. She's phenomenal. She's hit the scene and she took off running. Her clientele is like a fan base of hers. And we're going to bring the one, the only Jherlynn Tims to the platform. Bring her on. Wow! There she go. Oh my God, Jherlynn. I've been waiting all year to interview you. Okay. I've been trying to get on your schedule for 7 months, and I finally got on there. Who manages your schedule? My God.
I mean, Kerry, do you want the job? Because I need somebody. Come on.
No, I'm so excited. I'm excited. But I've told the people, tell your people to share this video, share this video, because Jherlynn's about to drop some nuggets. She's already dropped them. I feel it in my spirit. But Jherlynn, welcome to Poppy's Conversation Corner. You are a part of Poppy's team. How long have you been a part of the team?
January 2021.
Really?
Thinking, yes.
Oh wow! Okay.
We're going on 2.5 years now.
Look! Oh wow! And so, did you come in? So you came in as a therapist, or did you come in like interning?
No, yeah, Poppy was my intern. Y'all saved me. So I was working full time. No, really, I was working full time, and like my school handed out all these internships that needed me to be there in the daylight, and I'm like, well, who's gonna pay these real bills? So I'm gonna need y'all to figure something out. And so, I did my research. I reached down into my network, and I was able to find somebody to connect me with Jen. And Jen was able to work with my schedule, and so
wow!
So fresh off the street.
So you were like, you had a lot going on during that time. Like you were trying to manage your internship. You still finished the school. You were apparently working a regular job. Because from what I've learned about you over these years, you like I can't say the actual term because it may be offensive to others, but you keep jobs like other people do. You like. Jherlynn keeps something in her back pocket, right?
But let me tell y'all, don't be like me.
Don't be like me.
Don't be like me. I do it like this. I don't know if you're supposed to do it. Don't do it like this. This is how I do it.
And it works for you. It works for you. I mean, because you trying to stack your bread. I mean, you got goals and things. But how do you do it? How are you managing? You know what I mean? Like you're a therapist. You're this. You got this going on. Like. Right.
So I make sure that Saturday's a no work day for me. Like I do not want to do any work on Saturday. I ain't looking at no emails, no nothing, because I find that if you do one task here, one task there, then somehow 3 hours later you stuck doing that. And so I want to make sure that I built blocks into my schedule where I am not working and I'm making time for me and doing the things I like to do. Also, I find like being in tap with the things that I like to do helps me, because then I can turn to those things when I'm feeling overwhelmed or I feel like I need to relax.
So, like, I feel like I helped in that process because when I would schedule you back to back, so you had to learn that you needed some breaks in there. So I feel like I'm owed half of that credit. But you know what I mean? That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. But what brought you into this field? Like, out of all the things you could have done, I mean, because I thought you were going to go into the ministry at a young age, but what brought you into the mental health field?
Right. So one of the things that I don't know if a lot of people know about me is, for some reason, I like criminal justice. I don't know if it's all them crime TV shows I used to watch as a kid, but like that little avenue like fascinates me. And so I went and got my bachelor's in criminal justice. And I found out very quickly for the things and the ways that I wanted to touch that community and that service, I couldn't do it with just my bachelor's in criminal justice. Like I wanted to make an impact on thinking. And there's a couple different ways that you can do that with like therapeutic methods. And that encouraged me like to go back to school. Another thing I'm passionate about is like my Black community. And that's another thing I want to shout out Poppies for. Like I love working with Black people, Black mental health professionals, having those types of people, you know, mentor me. Like I wouldn't be the therapist I am today without people like Marquita or Jen, you know, walking with me and showing me different things. So wanting to be able to give back to my community in a way that is really in healing. I feel like a lot of things that we have sometimes is just maybe even out of survival mode or just keeping our family safe, is we as a community had a don't ask, don't tell, or don't tell our business kind of thing. And like to a certain extent, sure, but we want to make sure that we have safe places where you can tell your business and process your business so that you can be a better functioning human. So those kind of things motivated me to want to be able to have a healing hand. And that's one of the things that made me go back to school and get my social work license.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm just going to shout it out really quick, just in case you're tuning in right now. You're watching Jherlynn Tims, the Jherlynn Tims, from Poppy's Therapeutic Corner, one of the phenomenal therapists, clinicians that's operating here at Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. So do us a favor, share this video, share it, like it, love it, because Jherlynn's about to drop. She's dropping gems. She's a gem dropping gems. Anyway, Jherlynn.
I'm from the Gem City, so
yeah. Is that what that's called up there?
Don't do that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know. You know, you left us overnight. You got on the midnight train and you was out. But anyway, we're not gonna put too much out on the platform. We're not gonna put too much out. But no. So when you're selected, like, how do you go about? Because I know how I go about scheduling for you, but you've created a new method for scheduling for yourself. So how are you like deciphering what type of clientele that you want to like serve?
So thank you. That's a really good question. So one of the time I like Black people, but I also like just put it out there. But I also like to serve women as well. I think like honestly being like a younger person helps because people don't feel as judged as like if they have like someone they feel like is coming at them. Not that therapists do that, but I think sometimes people's persona or what they perceive you to be helps. And so like the kind of issues I like to deal with are like anxiety and depression. And I think people just want somebody that's going to listen to them. One of the things that I do, and sometimes a clientele doesn't respond well to this, is like, I listen to you, but also challenge you. I challenge you to change the way that you're thinking. I challenge the ways that you are interacting with the people in your lives. And if you may be a little bit of the problem, I'm going to ask you to reflect on that. And sometimes people don't respond well to that because they're not ready to. And that's okay. We can come back to it later. But I find that those are kind of things that help, you know, with me and my clients.
Now, have you ever like been in a situation like while you're giving like feedback, pushback that like you felt like stuck up against the wall, like pushed up against the wall, like, or like you felt like, whoa, like this is too much? Like, have you ever been in a situation in a session where it's like, whoa, like you're put under pressure?
Well, yeah, because like I don't want my clients to feel that this space isn't safe for them. So like it's a tedious line to kind of like walk. But there are clients that just sometimes are not ready, and you have to also build rapport. So I'm not starting out with the heavy hitters, right? Like we ain't in session number one, like you're horrible, even though I would never say that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what we're coming to, and you have to do a lot of listening because like one of the things about being a therapist is like I'm getting all the information from your perspective at least 1 hour at a time, right? And so there's so much more information that I don't know because I'm only hearing how you're telling it to me. And then, you know, maybe I'll respond this way. And you're like, well, no, there's 30 other times that these types of things happen. So like you have to really have like a listening ear and just kind of figure out. And then I practice checking in with my clients. Hey, did you like the way did you receive that information? Was that helpful to you? Is there a different way that you like to do it? There's 3 questions my clients, if they're watching today, are going to laugh, that I ask at the end of every session. How was session today? Is there anything you're going to take away? Is there anything that we can do differently? I have room to learn. They have room to learn. We have room to improve together.
I love that. So do you, with that though, are you like, is your preference like adults? Like, do you work well did you find yourself working more like better with adults or like children, teens? Like, is there a certain niche, like age wise, that you prefer to work with?
So I do like working with adults, and one of the reasons is because a lot of times when adults come to therapy, they're ready for therapy. They're here, no one's making them be here. But kids are cool too because like it reminds you of like childhood as well, and like there's just like this innocence that comes with it. So right now I do work with children and adults. I don't necessarily know if I like one better than the other, but it just takes different skill set. One time you got to get somebody to trust you and reel them in and have them have that buy-in. Sometimes people come in, they're ready. So you know, both of those things could happen in either one of those populations. Those are just generalities, but
I love it. I love it. Now I'm going to get real deep, and you can say, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. But I think it's a question that everybody needs to know because sometimes we come, you know what I'm saying, we come to our therapist and we sometimes seek our therapist as if they're like a God who has all the answers. And, you know, you have burdens, you have life going on yourself. So does Jherlynn Tims, I'm going to say it again, does Jherlynn Tims have a therapist?
Oh, yeah. Very much so. Yeah, so one of the things that me and my therapist talk about is why I got so many jobs. So I'm working through that. So,
yes. No, so is it, do you find that important? Like, I mean, like, does that help you even in your profession though? Like,
yeah, so I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I be stealing techniques. What? Like, oh, that's like how you did it. Yeah. Yeah, but I also like, you know, sometimes like one of the things about being a therapist is being able to recognize when you have biases. And like I'm blind to some of the stuff that I do. That's because I'm human, because I'm in it. It helps to have that outside perspective for somebody looking at it and be like, okay, what was that? You know what I'm saying? And then also like, you know, sometimes I could be stubborn. Therapists be like, you know what I'm saying? You need somebody to call you out because like when your mama said, I ain't trying to know what you're talking about. But when your therapist said, you can maybe receive it a little bit better. So yeah, so yes, I have a therapist. Definitely.
That's good. That's good to know. So with all of this stuff going on, with meaning like now you have therapy sessions for your clients, you have therapy sessions for yourself. Then you have this job on top of this job on top of this job on top of this job. I'm giving you 4 jobs because I believe somewhere down the line you're going to be working 4 jobs. But anyway, I'm not going to speak that over yourself. But how do you have this work-life balance, or what does your work-life balance like look like? Does that exist for Jherlynn? Does she have work-life balance?
Yes. So funny enough, that's the exact many jobs that I have. So, so yes, I have a work-life balance. At least I will hope I do. I think maybe I could be better at doing it. But like I said, Saturdays are my days. And so then I also try to look at my schedule, like moving forward, because there's times that I want to build in to have time with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't work so much that I'm neglecting the people who are going to be there for me when I fall down. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can't not invest in those relationships. But then, you know, when I need something, that's when I'm showing up. No, that's not fair. So my friends kind of know I work a lot, so they try to do their best to tell me when things are coming up. My friend just sent me a month notice or something. Oh, actually, a month reminder. She had already told me about it. So, so you know, with that being said, my work-life balance kind of looks like, again, just like knowing my schedule in advance and trying to work with it. And then there's sometimes like you have to say no to stuff. Like, I'm getting better at it. And you know, one of the things I like to like tell my clients is that I'm not perfect. And I don't think that you should look at me as perfect, and I'm not a human being too. Because like you said, if people come in a session and they think that therapist is perfect, sometimes people can like measure themselves up to you. And then when they feel like they're falling short, they don't want to like open up to you. But like, I'm not perfect. Like, it's fine. I'm human. Like the reason it's blurred out in the back is because it's messy. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like work-life balance, stuff like that. And one of the things I want to tell like the Black community as well with something like that is that sometimes it's okay to tap in for help. You know, I feel like a lot of times like we want to take in everything and do everything. And so one of the things that my work-life balance looks like that is I don't like cleaning, so I hire somebody to do it. Like I work so hard is you need to tap in somebody to help. Hey, I need help. You know what I'm saying? Like I need support in this. And like that's okay too. Like sometimes I think we're scared to ask for help because we think it makes us look like weak or that we can't handle our life or that we don't have things under control. That's not the thing. People need people. We are part of a community. You have to tap into that.
Yeah, I love that. I definitely love that. So, with that being said, really quick, tell us, and it may not be quick, but what is the hardest thing that you found being a therapist? Like, have you found, like, have you ran up against something that's like, oh, this is just hard. I can't get past this. But have you found yourself in that place yet in your profession?
So, okay, so one of the things, I don't know if I've got anything that I can't get past it, but I do have things that are hard. And one of the things, like, I also want to, because I'm a very new therapist, so 2021, even though we're saying 2 years sounds like a long time, it really wasn't that long ago. This is
Yeah.
a profession where you have to keep learning and keep
Mhm.
getting CUs and keep doing things. And so there's lots of things you need to learn. There's lots of things I have learned. So one of the things, of course, starting out with poppies being my first therapeutic job, a lot of clientele that come to like private practice or maybe dealing with like anxiety or depression, PTSD, family issues, stressors, things like that. My actual day job, I work in a prison as a therapist. And that's a whole different clientele I wasn't necessarily prepared for
Mhm.
because sometimes people in there are like psychotic. And in regards to being psychotic, there's a different way to go around therapy with that. And so sometimes when you're dealing with different issues, you have to pivot. Like I might be very comfortable with like CBT. Okay, if somebody is not in the same reality as you,
Mhm.
that skill or therapeutic modality isn't going to work there. And so, one of the things you have to do is really tap in with who your client is or what their issues are and adjust yourself for that.
Mhm.
And then, like, I think, like, what you're saying is one of the questions you asked me earlier is like, what do you want your client to look at? Being a good therapist is also being able to be like, that's not my specialty. You may need to see someone else. I can help you find the person who they may be, but it may not be me. So,
So really quick, because for us who just don't know, and I said us because me to me, clarify. You said like CBT, CPT.
oh,
Yes,
CBT. Okay, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's a
thank you.
modality where you kind of like talk about changing someone's thinking to change their behaviors.
See, look, she's teaching, and I said if I would have heard the B, technically I would have known, but I thought I heard PT because I
Yeah.
was thinking like the Central Pacific time, and like I
Hmm.
thought you were thinking of talking in time zones and stuff like that. But now I've heard you, I understand. Thank you for clarifying. No, but no, really. So so you're working in, because that just took me in. I knew that. I didn't think we were going to mention that.
Oh,
Um,
I
but
mean,
with
you
that,
already told them my name. They Googled me, my
yeah, I
location.
know, right? Because I already did my background check on you already anyway. So she's clear. She's clear, guys. She's clear. TSA clear. But anyway, yes. But with these two different types of like private practice, and now you went on to like into prison. How is that helping though? Because now that took you to a whole nother level though, even in the way that your methods or the way that you're putting out like this. So does that like transfer over into like when you're with Poppy's clients? Like, does that help even more though? That's my question. So,
So it made me appreciate Poppy's clients even more, being able to really touch people in the community. Like
mm,
I love my job, but I really like working with Poppies, and that's why I haven't let it go, and I don't want to let it go because being able to really touch people in the community is a different type of change and
mm,
movement than I'm able to experience in like my everyday job. So I love it here.
yes,
Y'all come on to the team. We can do
yes,
this for clients and clinicians.
yes. Clients and clinicians, come on.
Come on.
No, no. So, how does it feel though? I mean, young black professional, you're a change agent. I love that term because you just spoke of it. But being a change agent in this new like time that we're living in, and this time that we're living in, you have the ability to like change your community. Like how what's your piece? Like your little small piece that you can do other than seeing clients here at Poppy's. I know you got something else going on. I know you got other stuff going on, even outside of Poppy's. So what does Jherlynn got going on?
So I'm gonna tell you a secret. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to tell you another job, but this is the one I am excited about. It's coming, but I really feel like this is going to change, or my role in it is going to be a change. And I haven't announced this, so you're the first one. Are you appreciative? You well, not just you. I guess there's other listeners
Yeah.
out there.
Oh no, they gonna know.
They
Because
gonna
we
know.
sharing
Okay,
this. We're sharing
okay,
this.
we live, baby.
We're live.
Okay, this upcoming fall, I'm going to be a professor teaching intro to social work, and I am very excited to start teaching the next generation of social workers. So that's my little nugget of how I'm going to pay it forward.
Whoa! My heart just dropped to my stomach. I was not thinking that. I actually thought you were going to lead into your weekend event that you were sitting on the panel
Oh,
for. I thought that's where we were going. I
well,
thought I set
that's
this
not
up.
private.
I set this up so well. I thought we were going to that. You just dropped. Whoa! Oh, congratulations! Oh, wow, y'all. We just heard it here first.
Live.
Are we calling you Professor Noah at that point?
Professor Tims.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God. And she got her start here at Poppy's. We're calling that point blank. Her start was here at Poppy's, y'all.
100%.
This is big. That's exciting.
Yes, I'm really excited for it. Like, I can't wait to talk about it, the ways they could be in the field and things like that. I want to be a different teacher. Like, I want to be a different type of teacher. I don't think we have time to get in all the different ways, like the education system does, whatever. But just know that, like, I want to do something different for my students.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm excited for you. I know you're going to do great work. Just don't forget us, little people. When you're on, we still go. We here. But no, I thought I set you up well to tell us about what you got going on in the city this weekend.
Yeah, so Dayton, Ohio, this weekend. Yep, here it is. Alexa, find my therapist. Y'all know how y'all be telling Alexa different things
Yes.
to talk to her about. We're gonna have a mixer with Black therapists, July 22nd from 12 to 2:30. I'm on a wonderful panel with other local Black therapists that we're gonna sit down. We're gonna have a panel discussion. You're gonna be able to come ask your questions about mental health, and then we're gonna eat lunch. We're gonna sit there with you. We're gonna chop it up, and then we're gonna have like individual rooms where you guys can come in and like interview us. What if you want to be my client? You can talk to me first. You can see what you would like to discuss with me, and if I'm the type of person that you would feel comfortable spilling your guts with. So I'm really excited about this. And we have an incredible moderator, Mr. Fred Cox. So
it's this Saturday from 12 to 2:30. And I'm pretty sure while we got that flyer up on the screen, you can scan that QR code and register today. I'm sure that's what
it is an event for the community. And so they're just asking for at least a small donation of $10. $10 you can get fed, more if you have it, so that we can funnel this back into the community. But yes, this is that event.
I love it. I love it. So if you're not doing anything and you're in the Dayton area, when the video's over, we're going to put that flyer back up. So if you didn't have time to scan that QR code, we want you to scan that QR code, register, support, because like she said, it's funneling back into our community. And that's phenomenal. And you're a panelist, right?
Yes.
Are you excited about that? Is this like something that you do? Like you're called often to sit on panels?
No, not yet. You know what? This will be my first public engagement speaking as a mental health professional, and I am really excited. A smidge nervous. Like I said, I'm human, but I'm really excited, especially something like this, something I believe in. Like I said, investing in my community. So
I love it. I love it, y'all. Y'all hearing it live right here at Poppy's Conversation Corner with the Jherlynn Tims. I'm excited, y'all. We're here every Friday, but do us a favor before we leave. Do us a favor. Share. And like the video, because guess what? We're here every week with a different guest. It might not be Jherlynn next week, but she gonna be watching. She gonna watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
But if you have any questions, you can always drop those questions in the comment section. You can inbox us at our Poppy's Therapeutic Corner page, on our Poppy's Therapeutic Corner page. If you have any questions for Jherlynn, drop them in that in the comment box. Hit us up in our inbox. We'll get back with you with those questions. But if you're interested in signing up for services, even if you want Jherlynn to be your therapist, you can call 513-570-4068. And you'll call me, and I'll get you scheduled with the one and the only Jherlynn Tims. Again, it's your boy Kerry, and I'm excited about these Poppy's Conversation Corners, because guess what? At Poppy's, we do it like none other. So yeah, we living on top. Again, we'll be back next Friday with another guest. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate your time. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.